Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the BTCC support race series on Project Cars 2. This is race 2 from Brantax GP, the final round in the Formula Fords for the last time. Let's take you through the grid then. So it is NRP who is on pole position there in the blue car. Johnny Adam again at the front row alongside. Keith in third, Blaney in fourth, Patch DC is in fifth, Stevie is in sixth, Neil seventh, Video in eighth, VMX in 9th and Bidzster at the back in 10th place. So let's get on with the race then. Here we go. Ready for a start. And we are away. So NRP gets a good start. He actually gets a flying start. What a lead into the first corner. Absolutely mega start as everyone else trying to battle for positions here. There's Keith in third. And we've got Pash and Blaney close together further back. There we go, Stevie up the inside of Pash as well. Stevie looking menacing. Up into Druids, up the inside. A little bit of a lock up there for Stevie as well. Oh, wheel to wheel stuff with Pash, very close. Down towards Graham Hill Bend. We've got Johnny Adam on the grass. Keith wondering what he's doing. And we've got Pash up the inside of Stevie again. Wheel to wheel. Stevie mowing the lawn a bit there. Pash held up. Neil closing up to the back of him. Into McLaren. Blaney goes up the inside of Keith. Neil goes a bit out of shape. Bidzster trying to go around the outside of him. But Bidzster keeping around the outside of him, using Pash's draft as well. Down the hill. Keith and Stevie now alongside each other. Stevie pushing through. Bidzster having a look at Pash. Down the hill. Keith back on the inside of Stevie into Hawthorne. Stevie gets to position. Looking up the inside of Blaney already. And into Blaney's on the grass. Oh, got two cars coming across. Pash and Keith. Keith and Pash going into one another. Neil goes into the next corner and almost contact with Pash again. Oh wow, incredible scenes here. Bidzster's up to fourth from the back, 10th to fourth in one lap. Incredible first lap for Bidzster. Bit lucky in some places, but oh, Pash goes off. Pash is off the road. He's rejoining there. Video goes through and Neil. Blake might as well. We'll see. He goes around the outside of him, side by side. Incredible first lap this, absolutely insane. Stevie's now stuck behind Johnny Adam, NRP making a break for it. Stevie and Bidzster behind, Johnny Adam on the straight. Incredible first lap, we'll get some replays on that action for you now. Okay, here's a replay of the incident on lap 1 at Hawthorne. So down to Hawthorne we go. Pash in front of us, we're on board with Bidzster. See Stevie and Blake make contact, Pash goes to avoid, Keith goes to avoid, and then they just both cars meet. And they go into one and they all take each other off there, so no one's fault really, just a racing incident. As we come back from that, Stevie on the inside of Johnny Adam into the first corner. Stevie goes through, Bidzster's following him as well. Bidzster follows him through. Oh, Neil's off in the background. Neil's off, he's going back onto the track, and Pash hits him. Blaney goes through as well, but how did they all do that without taking each other off even further? But Neil's the unlucky one. He's in the gravel trap at Paddock Hill Bend. In down the hill, Bidzster's gone round the outside of Stevie at Druids, and he slides his way through. Johnny Adam goes wide in the background, but Bidzster through into second place, having to defend from Stevie now. Onto the inside, into McLaren, round the corner, up the hill. Stevie gets a better run onto the straight though, but Bidzster is in second place. Incredible. Just take a breather, get my breath back after all that, because that was incredible. As Pash goes through there in 6th, 7th is Blaney. All happening at once, but Neil and Keith, the good old boys, the unlucky ones in that. Neil in 9th, Keith back in 10th. Meanwhile at the front, NRP going a bit wide there, but he's in the lead. Oh, he's on the grass, he's gone very wide there. That's going to let Bidzster close up a lot, so Bidzster closes up. But NRP in the lead after a fantastic start. Mega start for NRP, he's really got them nailed. As we look at video, he's behind Johnny Adam. Johnny Adam now. Remember, he was at the back in the last race. He's not got the best pace, but he's hopefully going to race with these guys clean, which would be good. Down into clearways. Johnny Adam with a line behind him. Video going to the inside. Video going to the inside of him and into the corner. Video takes it through. And Video comes across and hits Pash. And takes them all off. Comes back across. Tank slapper effect. And takes them all off into the gravel. VMX goes through. So Johnny Adam a bit unclean there. Not looking where he's going, and he's took two cars off. So Johnny Adam, that'll be under investigation, but we will get a replay on that for you now. Okay, here's a replay on board with Pash looking at the incident that Johnny Adam did. So in towards clearways, see videos on the inside of Johnny, and he comes across. Sees and then Pash comes through as well. He should have seen Pash on the inside. Comes across, hits him, then goes back across. and takes 2 cars off with him. So a bit clumsy there from Johnny Adam. So as we come back from that then, it is Johnny Adam in 5th and the others go back down to 8th and 9th. But Bidzster's right behind NRP. NRP's gone backwards here, probably a couple of mistakes, and Stevie and Bidzster have caught him. In towards McLaren we go, up onto the GP section, through McLaren and into the GP section. Bidzster gets a good run, in fact he gets that much of a good run, he's alongside him already. Onto the straight and goes through into the lead of the race. NRP's going to have to tuck in behind him here, or he's going to have to dive up the inside into Hawthorne, but he's not close enough. Bidzster takes the lead, NRP 2nd, Stevie in 3rd. Let's see if they can attack Bidzster. Oh, Bidzster on the grass a bit there, careful Bidzster, not too hard as we go into Westfield. Oh, Bidzster, 2 wheels on the curb there for Bidzster, really pushing. NRP in 2nd still, Stevie wanting 2nd place off NRP now. Stevie and NRP nose to tail through Dingledale. Stevie's lost it. Oh, he's hit the grass. Miraculous recovery there for Stevie. Reactions of a cat there, and he's straight back on the back of NRP, who makes a mistake. And Stevie goes through into 2nd place. NRP back down to 3rd. Further back we've got a car off. Neil Farmax off. Was the contact with anyone there? Neil Farmax off. He's at Dingledale. We can't see him. There he is. He's rejoining there. Keith passes him and goes off as well. So Neil Farmax goes off there. Replay needed. Okay, here's the replay. What happened to Neil on lap 3? So going into Dingledale. BMX goes a bit slow into the corner. We have to brake to avoid him, and then Neil just has nowhere to go. So just a racing incident. As we come back from that, Johnny McMullen in 5th, VMX 6th, Blakeney 7th, Pash 8th after being took off by Johnny Adams earlier. So they'll have to see if they can get back up the grid. But all 4 cars running closer together now. Johnny Adam and VMX, not as much pace as the other cars around them, but they're doing well as Blakeney goes off onto the grass. Pash is going to close up here. Pash goes to the outside. Can't make it, goes for the switch back to the inside on the inside curb, no way through there. Blakeney has it covered, so could see what Pash were trying to do there, but all covered by them. Johnny Adam goes wide there at Grey Mill Bend again. Meanwhile, Video's past Stevie. Stevie's gone backwards from the leaders, must have made an error somewhere, and Video's gone through into 3rd, so replay on that as well. Okay, here's the replay. What happened to Stevie? Starting lap 4 up to Paddock Hill Bend we go with the leaders. And into the corners, runs really wide, then goes into the gravel and just tries to get back on the track, but then loses control. He goes off shot of the camera. We're on chase camera now. Goes back across, turns around because he's got plenty of room to do so. Then watch, here comes Video, and straight through he goes, and Stevie's back down the 4th. As we come back from that Video, he sort of let Stevie back through there, so unless he had to because of track limits, but Stevie back into 3rd, but he's lost touch with the leaders by a long shot now. Meanwhile, Blakeney and VMX side by side. VMX loses a place to Blakeney on the straight, so probably a bad run onto the straight for VMX. And now he's got Pash behind him. Pash behind him now. VMX defending because he can race Pash because he's not in the running for a championship, and they are battling for a sort of semi last place in the championship because obviously they're pretty new to it. So. Oh, into the corner, Blakeney has to slow right down, and VMX runs into the back of him, just misses his braking point and runs into the back of him, takes himself off, and Blakeney then having a real trouble here, trying to get past Johnny Adam, and he's lost speed now, and Pash is going to come right up to the back of him. And towards clearways, Blakeney on the inside having to defend his position, going to be slower out the corner. Pash could go for the inside here. Aye! Gets too close to the back of Blakeney, taps him at the back and takes himself off into the tyre wall. So I can tell you, the Pash is behind the wall. It's not a magic trick. There he is, reversing himself back on, finding first gear and resumes. VMX goes through, and will Keith go through as well? Yes, Pash back down to last place there. So Johnny Adam and Blakeney still scrapping. No, Johnny Adam, didn't even turn into the corner. He doesn't even turn into the corner and hits into Blakeney. He can't be having that. Don't know, that can't have been understeer. That was just blatantly going into him. But Johnny Adam there, not the best racing so far from him. But we'll have to see. What is it with these guys called Johnny? They're not racing properly, but still Johnny. Let's see if he can redeem himself as Blakeney goes up the inside, gets a good run. Neil Farmack closing up to the back. Down the dip. down to Hawthorne. Neil's right behind Blakeney now as well. Neil looking to redeem himself as Blakeney goes for the inside of Johnny Adam, but no way through there. Johnny Adam defends the inside as goes on the grass there a bit as well into Westfield. Into the inside of the corner, up over the curb. Blake still can't find a way through, but he's got Neil hot on his heels. Down towards Sheen, down towards Dingledale. Neil goes up the inside of Blakeney. And what a move there from Neil Farmack. Good move there. Now it's his turn to try and get past the struggling Johnny Adam, who's got a train behind him. To Sterling's. Neil gets a good run out the corner, goes wide, and then Johnny Adam comes across. Neil goes to the other side, and Johnny Adam comes across again, and he's put Neil on the grass. Come on, leave racing room. As we go into clearways, Neil a bit rattled by that, almost hits Blakeney. So and now he's going around the outside of him, and Johnny just. I hope he's not blocking there because we couldn't see from that camera, but. Got to be careful. We've got to be a bit more fairer with the defence, Johnny. You've got to be more fairer with that defence. As we go into clearways, so into Paddock Bend, sorry, and into Druids. Just defend. Oh, he goes wide again, and he comes back across and hits Neil. He's not taking a good line around that corner. He goes wide, comes back. You can't just come back across when there's cars there. If you're going wide, stay wide, because if you've got cars at the inside, that's not good. As Neil gets rattled by that and goes on the grass again, he's off into the wall. Neil's race goes from bad to worse, and Blakeney finally gets past Johnny Adam, who gives him a nudge. Johnny Adam hits him up the back end, so Johnny Adam not the cleanest race so far, and I would imagine there'll be a few penalties thrown his way after this race, because that is not fair racing whatsoever by Johnny there. But Blakeney then in front. For now, Johnny Adam trying to attack him into the corner. Let's see if he takes him off this time. No, he doesn't. He goes into the corner fair. But he gets a good run up the inside, actually. This time he actually looks like he might get it done. Up the inside into Westfield. And Johnny Adam with a good move. Johnny Adam with a good move. That's what he needs to do more of. What you've just done there, Johnny Adam, you need to do more of. A bit more fair, clean racing. Giving cars room. In towards Dingledale. Blakeney still behind him. No more of the battles on track. Bidzster's got a 12-second lead. He's in the 38s. Everyone else in the 43s. Bidzster with some epic pace here compared to the other cars around. And there he is. Out front, so 11 seconds to NRP in second place. He's just coming around Druids. Stevie is third. He's just coming up towards Druids now. Video in fourth. He's just gone through Paddock Hill. Now we've got Johnny Adam and Blakeney who are still battling at it here. Yeah, onto the straight. Blakeney on the outside. Johnny Adam on the inside. Up the hill. Lap 7 of 9 now. In towards Paddock Hill Bend. Blakeney's on the outside. And goes around the outside. And takes him around the outside as well. So good move there from Blake. And Neil Farmack now coming back for yet more as we go into Druids. And Johnny Adam goes wide again, very wide, and does that dangerous dart across, but luckily Neil had gone past that time, so Johnny Adam not liking Druids, I don't think, but taking some very strange lines there. It's definitely not the racing line. I think you need to watch a bit more motorsport, Mr. Adam. But down towards McLaren, and Blakeney and Neil go through. There we go, up the hill. Oh, Blakeney's lost the back end. Blakeney's lost the back end on power. And there he goes, and Neil goes through, and Johnny Adam goes through again. Blakeney will be he'll be thinking he's seen a ghost. Every time he goes off, Johnny Adam passes him. So incredible stuff here, but we go into Hawthorne. See if Blake can catch up here, and further back we've got Pash back up to 8th place, Keith 9th, VMX in 10th, so we're actually quite close further back in this race. Stevie and Video are only 1 second apart as well for 3rd place, so they're still close on track. Very good stuff here as Bidzster goes down to Graham Hill Bend. He's in the lead of the race, doing a good job in the lead. Slides his way through Graham Hill Bend. As there's Johnny and Blake at it again. Blake to the inside, Johnny cuts in, and down towards Clearways we go. And down we go towards Clearways. Through the corner, Johnny Adam not as fast through there as Blake, who gets a good run round the outside and passes him. So let's see if this time Blakeney can stay in front without making a mistake. Meanwhile, we've got Stevie, who's half the gap to Video. Half a second now, you can see that gap there. It was 1 second before, now it's half a second. Closing right up behind him. Into McLaren, up onto the GP section. Stevie gets a very good run there, actually. Stevie gets a very good run onto the straight. And onto the straight, side by side, down towards Hawthorne. Video versus Stevie, side by side. down to Hawthorne. Stevie's on the outside and just trying to get ahead, and gets ahead into the corner. Just gives him a bit of a squeeze, but very fair racing there from both of them, and Stevie takes third place. Good job there by Stevie, and good racing room left by Video. Meanwhile, Pash is in front of Johnny Adam, so Pash is just showing everyone how it's done, passing Johnny Adam. Passes him with ease, and Johnny Adam back to 8th place now. Blatantly and Pash move up. And Video's not done with Stevie yet though, he's still trying to stick with him. Still trying to stick with Stevie as we go through Stirling's down towards Clearways. Bidster's on his last lap of the race, he's already at Druids. So nice job there from Bidzster, sliding his way through there. NRP in 2nd place, just approaching Paddock Hill Bend. Video and Stevie, this is going to be a good little last lap battle between these two, I think. Over the line they go to start the last lap of the race for them. There we go, over the line. Neil there in 5th, Blakeney 6th, Pash 7th. Then we've got Keith and Johnny. Now it's Keith's turn to try and see if he can get past Johnny as well. So Keith and Johnny coming up to their last lap of the race as well. Here's Bidzster coming down towards Hawthorne. Dominant proceedings here from Bidzster. Took the lead, never looked back. Into Hawthorne we go, sliding the car through there, and he's ahead. 138.4 last lap. The last few laps have all been in the 38s, to be fair. Very good performance here from Bidzster. Back to Stevie and Video. Stevie's in front still. Video still looking for a way through onto the straight. Stevie gets a good run, but so does Video. Into the draft, down towards Hawthorne. Bidzster meanwhile through Surtees is about to take the win. Goes through there and down to Clearways for the last time. Quick look back at Video and Stevie into Westfield, the right nose to tail. Stevie's still in front here, in towards Westfield we go. But Bidzster comes across the line to take victory in the Formula Ford race for the last race of the season. Well done, Bidzster, wins the race. But excellent performance there from the champion. NRP is coming to come through in 2nd, but a quick look back to Stevie and Video side by side. Stevie and Video side by side. Stevie goes and defends his position, but goes wide, and Video's going to go through here. Stevie's going to have to keep his foot in it. He's going to have to risk a penalty, but Video goes through. Last corner, Video goes through. Stevie is going to be in 4th. NRP's already crossed in 2nd, well done to him. Video is going to be 3rd. Stevie is going to be 4th. Good race between them two on the last lap. Neil is next. He's in 5th place, and he's going to stay 5th, I think. 5th place for him. Meanwhile, up here we've got Johnny Adam and Keith still trying to battle each other here. Johnny Adam not wanting to give up that place, but Neil crosses the line in 5th. Blakeney is going to be in 6th place. Well done to Blake on a good finish. After a bit of a weird race there, and Johnny and Keith still battling out here. Into the last corner, Blakeney finishes in 6th, Pash 7th. And then Johnny Adam is just going to hold on for 8th place ahead of Keith. In 9th place, a very close finish there between them two, and VMX will be the last car on track in 10th place. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results from that then. So Bidzster takes victory in that race. Well done to Bidzster. NRP with a good 2nd place there for him. 3rd is Video. 4th is Stevie. Neil finishes in 5th, then it's Blakeney in 6th, 7th for Pash, then it's 8th for Johnny Adam, 9th for Keith, and VMX Rider rounds off the 10. So there is your winner, Bidzster in the orange car there. Well done to Bidzster, he wins the race, and we will see you guys next time for the last Clio race of the season. So we'll see you then guys, take care.